The wrenching god works in mysterious ways. Out on a walk. Exactly what I needed was the body of this. I have the engine and everything, but now the fun part is taking all of that home with the stroller and the pup. But hey man, when the wrench god speaks, you listen, right? All right, so looking at our little access window here, it looks like there's a gear drive with a chain in there. And if I look over here, I can see where it broke open and there's a chain right there. If I turn this, where the engine goes, I can see that and the chain move. If I go in here, I can see that chain move as well. So that tells me all that's connected. It looks like this thing jumped off because this thing is awfully crooked. I bet if I hammer this thing back into place that I can get it straight and cut this open to get that chain back on and hammer it back into place. What I really need is some tack welds, but I think I could probably, just by looking at it, go through the middle here with some bolts and put some reinforcement brackets to kind of hold everything here. It's not really the best. It really needs a lot of repair work, but I'm looking just to get it going here. It looks like it got way off, and that's how it jumped, is this thing. I mean, you can see how crooked this thing is from the handles. So here she is in the backyard. There's our engine, the good engine. Looking at this, I think I have an idea why it went out. It has no compression at all. That's with the spark plug in, so something let go. Could be head gasket. Yeah, could be head gasket, could be dropped valve, could be anything. We don't care because we're not going to use the engine. But my plan is, let's swap this out onto here, make sure it all works, and maybe we'll tear into this one in like a second parter and see what happened, see why it failed, and you know, try to figure out how to not do that again in our engine. So funny how things work out, huh? Let's do it. All right, we have this little 5 horsepower Briggs engine that will go onto the rototill. See, I got this classy belt still attached to it. There is something we will have to address before we do that. The carburetor, with this Briggs, the way it works, this fuel tank has a little reservoir that fuel is pumped into, and then the main jet sucks it up. Being metal, when I got it, has a bunch of little pinholes in it, and it's gotten so bad I can't start it with choke. I've been having to dip the rototill forward to then fill the carburetor with fuel. I'm able to get it started, and then also I have to run it usually about half choke. I think that that's going to come from that bowl running low, which causes it to suck a little more air than it should. So what we're going to do is, I have some JB Weld fuel tank stick coming, and we're going to do kind of a shoddy job here, but we need to yank off this carb, give it a quick cleaning, and then I am just going to lightly clean up that little reservoir. We're going to put some of the JB Weld in there and then throw her onto the new rototill body. So let's dig in. Now this one gets a little funky taking off because everything's kind of built on top of each other. So I'm just gonna go through and start taking things off, but if I need to, I'll kind of explain it. Yeah, that's right. Pinches on there. This one's facing down. I don't know if you guys can see that. This little hook's facing down. We'll take this little puppy out now if we can. Oh, it's part of the throttle, that's why. So this is like a throttle adjustment that attaches to the choke, and this is the governor. All right, what we'll do, I think we have to take this thing off to get it out. I think that this thing just kind of angles out here. We're just gonna put that on so we don't forget it. Don't lose it. We do that for a couple hours. Now this will be in the tank. It's got to go straight up. I don't think that there's anything holding it in. Perfect. Just have a bolt in here. Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. This tank, on the other hand, ugh. Let me get you guys a look real fast. All right, so here she is. I think a while ago, I put old regular JB weld in there, and I don't think it's holding up. I'm gonna see about chipping that off and seeing if I can get some sanding done in here to get this thing prepped, and then I'll bring you guys back, get ready for that fuel tank stick. And then we'll kind of go over what's going on. Just go low speed, see if we can knock off this rust. All right, here's how she cleaned up. See if you guys can get a good look here. A lot of that surface rust has been taken off. Should be a better mating surface for it, and then obviously do those pinholes. Looking at the bottom here, it doesn't look like there's any holes on the bottom, so that's good. Okay, when it hasn't come in the mail yet. I got it off Amazon, so when that comes in, I will set you guys back up. All right, see if I can get you guys a good view. I'm gonna try to get some of this old gas out of here too. No. That should take most of it up. Yeah, a little bit better. It's a little bit better, a little more presentable. All right, so it came in. JB Weld tank weld, says it's ethanol resistant, which is where our problem took place the first time. Is regular JB Weld was not able to hold up to the fuel exposure. So what I'm going to do is I'll have you guys running, but all you have to do is have a little knife here, cut off the amount you want. We probably don't need too much. Hold on, get that towel there. What you're going to want to do is knead it. And then, let's see here, mix thoroughly. Press firmly to surface to be repaired. And this says it cures in an hour. We're gonna give it, we'll probably give it a day here because I kind of got actual life stuff to do for the rest of the day. All you do is you just start mixing it. Already feels like it's pretty hard. Okay. All right, so you see here, really hit those holes. Here's over here. It's a little thin on the left side here, but I don't see anything for holes. What we will do is we'll get some of that old gas, and tomorrow we'll fill this up and make sure that it sits up here. It goes all the way up to the top and spills out, because that's going to be key to having this thing running right. All right, we're here the next day. I let this cure in here. It looks really good. Even, I don't know if you guys can peek over on this side. All the little holes have JB Weld going through. Same on this side. I was able to look through the gas cap. And I don't see any debris in here right now. What I'm going to do, let's just slap on this carburetor. I have the transmission parts, so the main body of the Rototill, all ready to go. I prepped it all off camera. So what I'm going to do is set you guys up. We'll throw on this carburetor and then throw it onto the body and see if she fires up. All right, put some gas in the tank. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit down in the carb here as like a little prime. Open her up just a little bit, give her some air. Alright, heads up on that. So this belt got caught on this pulley. It's too far to the side here. Let me see how this thing got super tight. Oh my goodness, it was coming off of there. Okay, so this thing's angled a little bit. I feel like this pulley needs to come out. I wonder if we can loosen that up. I'll see if I can get something. So all this is fine. This pulley here is just too close, so it's an alignment issue. All right, before trying to kill it with heat here, we're just gonna give her a nice little helping of WD-40. See which one fits here. There it goes. Hey, we actually got something. I wonder if we can move it though. That's going to be the second part of this. So at least we got the set screw off. See how she's looking now. See how that looks. So that is in line. Yeah, it's right there. See how the belt looks on it. That looks pretty good. Tighten this puppy up, huh? Fire her back up. I'm gonna turn it on fast, and I have the choke all the way off. Let's see what happens. All right, let's do choke. I just peeked in the oil and it is pretty cloudy. I'm sure some water may have gotten into it. We'll give this thing some run time. It sounds pretty good right now. That way it can kind of clean off whatever's in the engine, and then we'll see about doing an oil change, and then I think she'll be ready for the year. All right, we're about half a tank. I'm gonna start her up and we're just gonna turn this pile and see how she runs. I've never really had it be able to run on no choke. It's always had partial choke on it. So let's see if this is the fix. All right, let's go. Oh, very impressed. She ran really well. Ran her on no choke the whole time. The tines look great. Nothing got built up in there. I also don't have anything real wiry in there. It's pretty near completion for the pile, but you can see here, cover's on nice and sturdy. I put this in there afterwards, this little bracket. Yeah, that's good. Very protective. I feel like the RPMs are good. I mean, could it go up higher? Maybe. But I felt like it wasn't really bogging that bad, and the governor was kicking in just fine. So she looks good. Everything's holding up. Good looking till. Let's get a good angle here in the light. See, that looks good. Happy with that. Probably off camera, this thing's gonna have a date with a pressure washer and an oil change, but I think next time you guys see this, there's a big yard that my brother-in-law has that I think we're gonna till up and do some leveling. So hopefully here in the near future, this thing gets some serious runtime, and you guys can be part of it. So thanks again for joining, and who knows, maybe this helps somebody. All right.